Hello everyone, so welcome back to my another video. In this tutorial, I'll demonstrate you how simple it is to create your product support agent in 10-15 minutes. And what I mean your product, so it would be your eShop, your SaaS or whatever. And you can integrate a support agent that can help customers, whatever you have in your product with policy, terms, conditions, and etc. And they might get the answers about this information that very quickly. To do this, I'll use a vectorized AI. If you don't know what it is, I do recommend check out my previous video. I'll write the link in video description. And this is some kind of continuation, but more advanced tutorial, but it's still gonna be very quickly, very easy. And I simply ran this in 15 minutes. And for you, it will be the same because I put all the code in my GitHub repository. You can go download and simply create your own RAG on vectorized AI, connect it with your own RAG, and you're good to go. So let's move on. So for this example, I decided that I'll demonstrate how to create a support agent for Amazon shop, for example. I believe Amazon has a lot of people that are there, but they do have AI agent that, for example, if we want to return something, want to sell something, or we want to simply ask about warranty, but we don't have time to search this information on their documents and etc. So they might use this kind of system. So right now I downloaded, this is only 5 documents of Amazon, and I uploaded them to the RAG. I created the RAG, created the vectors and etc. And right now it's fully functional, but I'm not demonstrating this. You should check this out in my previous tutorial. So in this video, I'll demonstrate how do I connect this RAG with AI agents. So AI agents is a very popular term nowadays in AI world, and these are kind of LLMs but working in a smarter way. For example, they can work with your documents, they can write an email, they can restructurize your questions, restructurize answers, summarize, and etc. And we can use this, and they can use, everyone can use this to simplify their product. So here are an example of this document. There is Amazon Service Business Solutions Agreement. There are general terms and etc. A lot of pages of a lot of information that we're not very interested to read. There is a lot of other documents as associates, program policies, return policy, another return frequently asked questions, and etc. And that's cool. This is like a demonstration. They're not necessarily meant to be valid documents, but what I did, I uploaded these documents to my RAG, and right now I can communicate with the RAG in simple terms. So I open my code here and I simply copied the block of code from my previous tutorial. And if I walk through this, I created the AI agent object. That's simple an agent that communicates with OpenAI client. We need to define tools, model, system prompt, and etc. And it works with your task until it completes, and it calls the tools by name. It runs the while loop until it solves the problem, and etc. And it's very simple code. If you're a little bit familiar with the Python, you may see that this code can't be simpler. Also, there's a lot of debugging lines that if you are debugging your program, you can turn on debug and you might see what's happening under the hood. But if I would remove this debug, it would be by half shorter code. And it's very simple. And that's what is AI agents. They're constructed in a manner to be simplified, scalable, using tools and to achieve our goal. In this tutorial, I already have my RAG, and I have, for example, my system prompt that I'm a helpful assistant that can answer questions about Amazon related questions, internal documents, and email Amazon support if necessary. And what I do here, I create a client of OpenAI, I initialize my agent with OpenAI client, and I use my email support tool and Amazon policy tool. And what is this? So we'll get there in a moment. And here I have a while true loop where I simply wait for a user input. That's what do chatbots do. They wait for a customer in. So let's see, what is this tool? Email tool. This is a very simple object that imitates the email sending the customer. For example, right now it's not true email sending code, but simply imitates the sending email. Otherwise, if you want to implement this in true, you can implement this with Gmail or your private email server, where you put your email address address, your details, your message, and you're good to go. And this tool is defined in a very simple way as OpenAI requires. This requires following dictionary to have, and that's it. And that's it, yeah. And let's go back, and there is another Amazon policy too. This is the RAG that I use in my Vectorized AI, and you might see that I create OpenAI client, I define it with Vectorized AI API key, and this is my base URL that is specific for this my RAG service that I created on my Vectorized IO account. You can check this out. It's free to test this out, and if I would like to connect this, here you get all your information you need. Chatbot, OpenAI SDK, actually it's this one used right now, and that's it. You can connect it, and this will work with your documents inside your RAG. So what next? Yeah, these are two major tools that I use here, and if I go here, for example, I can run this. Let's run this. Let's open this terminal, and suppose I am user that I bought something. For example, I bought GPU and it's not working. What should I do? So let's type this in. Hello, I bought GPU from Amazon 20 days ago, and it seems it is not working. What should I do? Let's chat with it. Well, so because I'm working with RAG, it's a little bit slower, but there is a ways how to optimize it. But right now, let's keep working with it. So it gave me a response. Since I bought the GPU from Amazon 20 days ago, it's not working. Is what you can do. Well, check if I can return it, initiate return, print return label, and etc. It gives me details how to return this GPU. And I don't need to go Google it or search on Amazon how to return my item. Also, right now, because it's on an example product, you can implement, for example, with specific order number or etc. So it could get this information from your database, and it's cool. Okay, so what I want to connect. Well, and I want to send email to support about return. Let's imitate that. I want to send email to support. Let's see what it can do. So it simply sent an email to the support. So that's it. But this is not that smart. You can add way more tools into this kind of logic to make it even smarter. As I mentioned, integrate the order ID or integrate some questions that the user must answer before proceeding with a return and etc. So one of these tools is that here, for example, ask that I want to message support. But usually we're not sending such emails that, hello, I purchased GPU, blah, blah, blah. Usually we have some more pretty emails, more formal, but we don't want to type them by ourselves. So we can integrate this option into our AI agent. There might be a tool to rewrite our message in a smarter way. Other way, we can ask for confirmation whether to send email or not to send email. There might be a lot of things. So let's stop this and let's go to my another tools. Here I have two more tools integrated. There is a confirmation tool that user must input yes or no before proceeding or choosing an action. And this is like the agent might ask, would you like to write a formal email? You might ask yes or no to proceed with your own email. So this is a very good option. Or you might ask, agent might ask, should I send this email or not? Should I do something or not? And you don't need to hard code all these rules. They will be decided by AI agent. So this is one of the tool, confirm tool, and I can add this here, confirm tool. And I have one more tool that is improve message tool. And this is also uses OpenAI client. You need to provide OpenAI key and etc. And what it does, it simply asks whether you want to improve your message before sending, and you might improve it or not. This is another tool, and it's as simple as adding it like this. You simply need to define these tool objects and it's good to go. And whatever functionality you get into your mind, you can feed this to this AI agent and it will automatically find out what it needs to do with these tools, when to call them, when to offer them, and etc. So let's save it and let's move on to see how it works. So before I said that I have GPU within 20 days, let's see. Okay, right now let's simulate a different situation. I bought a GPU 40 days ago. And just now I tested it and it seems it doesn't work. What should I do? I believe there is situations when people simply buy something and they open or test the stuff they buy after warranty period, because usually warranty period is 30 days. So what he suggests to check the manufacturer's warranty, contact the manufacturer, have proof of purchase ready, and etc. Yeah, so okay, assume that we bought this GPU from Amazon from one of the resellers. I bought this GPU from Amazon by reseller, but I tried to communicate with it. But haven't received any response. Could you help me out with this? And immediately ask for sending an email to support. Okay, let's try it out. Let's write yes. Send an email. Okay, it immediately sent the response, but yeah, it modified my message also, but this should be hard-coded into the tool. So edit my email to include my order number, 333, for example, this number. And before sending, ask for confirmation. So you might see that it modified this email subject, hello Amazon support, and etc. And best regards, it can include my name. Do you want to use the improved email? No. Let's see. I say no. So there's revised email. Include my name as Rokas and some kind of, I don't know. Also, I noticed that GPU is damaged, yeah. Edit my email. So right now it modified my email. It included name. At the end it said best regards Rokas, please let me know how I should proceed further, and thank you for your attention to this matter. And it says that it was 30 days return window and the seller remains unresponsive. That's exactly what is our situation, and we want to use the improved message. Yes, let's say yes, I want to use it. And that's it. Would you like me to send this email to Amazon? So yes, send it. And that's it. That's the situation how these AI agents work. Keep an eye on your email for the reply. If you need any further assistance, feel free to ask. Great. Okay, so it helps me to solve my problem without getting too much details into Amazon documents and etc. Let's say I am interested to hear what are return terms for all products. For example, this information OpenAI don't know. It should be extracted from documents. So right now we are waiting for this information. So this is the traceback, some kind of error and some kind of problem with connection, and it crashed. So it doesn't matter. You might see that it works. Maybe I need to ask it again because it proceeded with a conversation continuation. So let's ask again for the same question. As you may see, it returned us the response. What are the terms? General return window, most products can be returned with 30 days of delivery, but there is some exceptions, and you might get this out. And a similar way, you can get information for if you want to sell product on Amazon, if you want to be affiliate or whatever. And you may see that everything I made in very short time, and it works, and it's a real world example where you can use these AI agents. And I believe this is very, very useful. And if AI agent can't help the customer, you can always send it to the real customer support agent. That's it about this tutorial. I hope this was useful for you. And if you liked it, smash the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. If you would like to solve some specific problem, don't hesitate to comment my video, write what is your idea, what I should demonstrate, and we'll see. Maybe I'll do what you want. So thank you again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.